instructions. Okay. Back on the work table. I'm gonna get out my neutralizing wash. We're starting a new kit today. Yay! There we go. Add some more thinner to that. And just a teeny tiny drop of linseed oil. Oh boy. That looks like earwax. Ew. I'm just gonna clean that off, even though it's just gonna build back up again. Just a teensy tiny drop. There we go. There's quite a few things that linseed oil can help with in your painting. However, you've got to be very careful with it because it can do some weird things to your paint if you add too much of it. Okay. Sponge, that's what you're looking for. You've been doing this for how long? Okay, did it disappear? Where'd it go? I don't know. It disappeared. Poof! Okay, maybe I need to make a new sponge. Alright then. Froglings and the disappearing sponge. Ah, darn, I gotta go get my tweezers. let's get this on our baby. Look at his little foot! The entire foot is like the size of my thumb. So freaking tiny. Oh my god. I can very confidently say that this is definitely the smallest leg I've ever painted. I think you can get babies slightly, like kits slightly smaller than this. I don't know if I'd want to. So tiny. Make sure I don't got paint build up in the creases. God, this brush is huge on it. So my plan for this fairy baby, this is a little fantasy fairy baby kit. My plan for her is to get her down really, really pale, like paler than I've ever gone with a doll. So that's probably going to take quite a while. Just, you know, building up, neutralizing, and pale washes. My favorite part about painting fantasy babies is that there's no real right or wrong look, really. You know, you do something too dark on a normal reborn and you can like really tell like that doesn't look right, but with a fantasy baby, like there's no real say on what is right, what it's supposed to look like, because it's a fantasy baby. excited to see how this is going to turn out. Cute little fairy baby. I'm pretty sure she's 10 inches long. I should check. She's something around that. Very teeny tiny little baby. Okay, now we are back at the changing table. Once again with little Fox, just because he's so cute. And he's the forever baby, so. I mean, look at their little face. Look at their little faces. So cute, I could just eat them up. I'm taking it overboard. Anyways, I'm going to change him into this little shark romper. They have definitely, Carter's is definitely up to their newborn size. They definitely have. Hang on, I wonder if I can prove it. Okay, it could just be because of the style of romper. Put it on his face. It could just be because they're different styles, like this one buttons up the front and this one buttons in the legs. But there is like a noticeable difference in girth. Definitely in girth. Hold it up like that. Oddly enough, so like the girth has changed, but like the length from neck to crotch is the same. I guess we're having fatter babies. The only reason it really matters is because it sucks for people with small babies, and it sucks for people in the reborn community because we like our small newborn sizes. Because we have small babies. Anyway, so I thought I'd do something a little bit fun, something that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and something that I find quite interesting is I want to know people's lists of top 10 baby names, which can be very difficult to narrow down. For me, it was difficult to narrow down the number of girls' names to just 10, and it was a little bit difficult for me to come up with 10 for boys' names. I don't have a long list of boy names that I like, but I could go on with girls' names for like hours. So I think I'll start with the boys since we have Little Fox here, and I definitely want to know your top 10 picks for names as well. For me, I'm using names that I haven't used before, and names that I would like to use in the future. Of course, the list is probably always changing. So, for boys, I've come up with Aurelius, which, if you're a Fantastic Beasts you know exactly where that came from. Cassius, which, a lot of these names are like medieval, sort of wizardish, magical sounding names. Killian, which, again, Once Upon a Time fans would know exactly where I got that one. And often when I name a baby after, or a doll after a character on a show or a movie, it's because I like the show and I like the character, but it's mostly because I hear the name and go, oh, I like that. So there's quite a few of those in my lists. Robin, which is the only gender-neutral name I like on both genders. Often when there's a gender-neutral name, I only like it for one, but I like Robin for either a boy or a girl. Grayson, which has been one of my top 10 boys' names for, like, ever. Royce, another old one. Corbin. Archer. Orion, we got a constellation in there, of course. And last, at number 10, is Fabian. So, a lot of old-fashioned, archaic names in there. And I didn't order them, so they're not, like, in order of the names I like the most or anything. They're just as I thought of them. What is going on with these buttons here? Okay, and on girls we have Meadow, which is a very like new, uncommon name that tends to make some people go, oh, really? That's what my grandma's reaction was, because I was considering Meadow for a name for Erilyn before I came up with Erilyn. Where is my hairbrush? Give me 1 second. I lost my hairbrush. There it is. Okay. Number 2, Briar. So, we're getting a bit of a foresty theme here. Plant forest sort of vibe. Piper, which is another older one that I really like. Going back to the new like Hollywood typical names, we've got Waverly. Which I found the name Waverly after I met a little girl named Waverly at the summer camp that I worked at. And I thought, oh, that is so neat. I love that. And this one, another, should I say controversial? I don't think it's really controversial, but it's like, it's a name that you either like or you go, oh, why would you name a kid that? So, I really like bird names, and for a while, I thought this one was quite odd and wasn't considering it, but after mulling it over and kind of saying it and trying it out, I like the name Sparrow for a girl. Okay, name that's been on my list for a long time and is the name of the Frogling's mascot, who unfortunately passed away, was my real frog. Her name was Stella. And I've liked that name for a long time, so another old-fashioned one there. Stella could be the name of a future doll. These two names are what I would like to name girl twins, if I ever have girl twins in my collection. And I don't think I'll end up using these two names unless I get twins, because I'm kind of like saving them for girl twins. Artemis and Athena. So, sort of going into the Greek god mystical side there. I think those would make awesome twin girl names. They both start with the same letter. They both flow very well together, but they don't sound too much alike. And they both, like, have the same origin. Then we have Opal, a gem name. Really like that one. And then the newest name that made the list is a bit more of an exotic name, and by exotic I mean it's a Russian name, and I found this name after I watched the Netflix series The Umbrella Academy, and after hearing the name, the first time I heard the name on the show, I was like, oh god, I like that. It sounds very pretty, it's not too out there, like it's not such a foreign name that you like can't pronounce it, but it's foreign enough to go, oh, that's different. So, if you know the show, you probably know what I'm talking about. Vanya. The first time I heard it, I was like, I like that. That is definitely going to be a collection baby name at some point. I just like the way it sounds, just Vanya. I like it. So there's Fox in a little shark outfit. This is so cute. This is actually an outfit for my for sale babies, but I figure why can't Fox wear it before it goes home with a baby? Huh? Why not? I typically wash all my clothes before they go home with dolls anyways, so. So cute, just smiley little sharks with one tooth. Oh, you can barely see him. I cut his head off. Ah! Alright, well, anyways, Frog fans, that's going to be all for today. Those are my, well, technically it's a top 20 list, because there's 20 names on there, but top 10 names for girls and boys for possible collection baby names. I would love to hear your lists, and yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more fun adventures, and keep living the Frogling's life. We will see you tomorrow. Say bye, Fox. Bye.